Good morning, and welcome into the Kap and J Good Morning Show on ESPN 1000. And we are streaming on the ESPN Chicago app with David Kaplan and Jonathan Hood with you. Now time for Shot or No Shot. Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
Good morning, boys, on a Wednesday. Waddle joining us shortly. Also, the debut of Snorling's Power Rankings coming up. But first, we got to get to Shot or No Shot. How are we feeling?
Okay. His debut's coming up, Cap.
The debut, yes. We got the debut.
Looking forward to it.
You see,
it's always a good day we talk to Tom Waddle.
What about Shay's Power Rankings? What about that?
They're fine. The Waddle Wednesday's the best.
Shay, I don't know. If you're not copyrighting these things, someone's going to take them, and then you can't use these things anymore. You have all these different little segments here, these little nooks and crannies on the show. If you don't have it seed or TM'd, then that's not good.
Hey, listen, if somebody wants to steal Snorling, that's up to them. Have fun. I'm the original. Everybody knows. Thank you,
That's
Cap.
it. You got it.
So, Cap,
You're welcome.
We're going to put our money together, and we're going to copyright this stuff. And that way he can't use this anymore. Then we box him out of the show.
Sorry, that segment's not allowed.
You just completely box him out. We just might as well copyright Shot or No Shot while we're at it, too. Find a good partner.
Might have already done that.
Yeah. Oh, have we? Get T-shirts?
Working on it.
Okay. All right. That's good. Good to know. All right. Shot or No Shot with Shay Norling. Shay?
All right. This morning on the morning show on Sportsmanlike, there was a massive betrayal from Michelle Smallmon.
So as you guys know, I am a girl from Illinois, and I went to the University of Illinois. A lot of orange and blue in my closet. And I've always been jealous of my friends who were Bears fans because they have the monsters of the Midway, like you said, Evan, tough, right there on the water in Chicago. They have a perfect identity. And you guys know how important home is to me, which is why I'm giving my final rose to, wait a minute. I don't live there anymore. I don't live in Illinois anymore. CC, give it to the Green Bay Packers.
Yes! I can't do this today. There we go. Yeah!
The Green Bay Packers.
Yeah! Go, Pack, go! Shot or no shot, Michelle Smallmon is rebanned from the Kap and J Hood Morning Show.
Yeah, that's a shot. She's done. Out. Done. You're from the state of Illinois. You went to the University of Illinois, and you're picking that Green Bay Packer club? Yeah. Bye-bye. See you later. Out. Evan, your ban has been lifted. You're back.
Yes, Evan's back. Yes. And Chris Canty's always been
Always
been part of the program.
Always. Smallman, dead to me.
Oh my God, Cap. That's strong.
That's a bit strong.
That's strong, Cap. Now, Michelle Smallmon is my friend. And I've known her for a decade, Cap. I just didn't know that she was going to have a complete heel turn that took place this morning, because it came down to three. And again, for those that don't know, Michelle Smallmon, a longtime Rams fan. Of course, the Rams now in Los Angeles. Her team was snatched away from her. And so she was looking for a team because the Rams are in L.A. And she had the Jets, the Packers, and the Bears to choose. 3 final roses. She got rid of the Jets early, and rightfully so. Okay, the Jets. The terrible Aaron Rodgers. Horrible. And so now it came down to the Packers and the Bears, and she chose the Packers. That's amazing to me.
Done. Out. Disloyal. Forgot where she came from. Wish her all the best in her career. Out.
What I would say to Michelle Smallmon is this, is that you're always going to be the homie. You're always going to be friends. But when it comes to football season, you choosing the Packers or the Bears, that is a line that you crossed that is hard to deal with, one. But number two, you chose the team that's not going to be talked about much on your own show.
Correct.
So the idea that you chose the Packers to be a fan of, you won't have much Packers conversation on that show, because that show is going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys a lot and the Tennessee Titans offensive line. So if you think that you chose the Packers because there's going to be like these sections of Packers conversation on your show, that won't be happening. That's the way, unsportsmanlike, that's the way ESPN radio works. You think that there's going to be like these swaths of hours dedicated to the Green Bay Packers? No. They're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears.
Very disappointed in Michelle.
But right? They'll talk about some of the other teams, but definitely the Bears because we have the number 1 pick.
That's correct.
World-class city, 5-star restaurants, the best city in the Midwest, and she chose Green Bay, Wisconsin. There you have it. She chose the Lindbergher over a quality steak. That's what she did.
Correct. Enjoy the fish fries up at Green Bay at the VFW Hall. Have a great time. And when we're winning, you're going to be watching a party you aren't invited to.
Here's Shay Norling.
Very disappointed in her.
Send that right over the Unsportsmanlike.
Yep, the email's on its way already.
Matt, send it over.
Jeremy Fowler talked to executives around the league about who will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Responses were split evenly between Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. But where it gets interesting is the reasoning executives were giving for Caleb to win the award. Nobody talked about his ability. Nobody talked about his talent. Everybody talked about his supporting cast. And there was a quote about the sentimental vote he will receive just because he's good specifically in Chicago. Shot or no shot, this should be bulletin board material for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, it's a no shot because it's Caleb. Look, bulletin board material is all through his phone. Check his phone. He's got all the haters bookmarked on his phone, as you know.
He said, I saved that stuff for motivation. That's whatever. I don't think he needs it. I think he's got way bigger fish to fry, and he is locked in on, I'm an NFL quarterback now, and we get started on Sunday. He doesn't need that stuff.
Some people operate that way, Cap. When we learned about Caleb Williams and him saying that he bookmark a lot of hate that he gets on social media, that kind of thing, some people need that for fuel. And for him, that would just be another thing that he just like locks in, like, all right, Jaden Daniels, huh? Okay.
Good luck.
And he uses that for fuel to motivate himself to be the best quarterback he could be. So whatever.
We found out Michael Jordan, when he went to the Hall of Fame, 15 years prior stuff was still in his mind. Remember?
Yes.
You're like, wow, that little slight from LeBradford Smith, which may not even have been true, that motivated you?
Yeah.
What the great ones need, I guess.
Some people just need that fuel, that negative fuel.
That's correct.
To be able to get to where they want to be. All right, Shay, what else?
All right, last night, Hard Knocks, the process behind keeping Velus Jones got some serious airtime. Listen to these coaches just gush over Velus Jones.
In terms of Velus with you, what would he do for us? He'd be a kick returner. He'd play on punt return, on the interior, in the core or the outside. He could play either one. And on kickoff, he'd play anywhere on kickoff. And then he'd just be, depending on how our corner health is, he'd be the first gunner in. So he'd be in hell, we might roll those gunners in the game. Honestly, his speed, he looked way better at gunner this year than he did last year right now.
And then obviously, if you want the other way.
He's alive.
Well, he's had a great camp. Right? I mean, he changed positions. You know, he comes out and
He runs so hard.
he runs hard.
Like it's a tougher than I would.
He will get the pile forward, but he can also take it to the house. This guy's a potential game changer.
Potential game changer hoodie.
He's alive.
They also received a trade offer, and polls admitted it was great value on paper for Velus Jones, but not the right time for the Bears. He wouldn't take less than a 4th-round pick. Shot or no shot, Ryan Poles would only have moved Velus Jones for a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, that's a shot.
That's a shot.
That's a shot. And for a guy who has not proven it yet at the NFL level going into year 3, that would be a big price to pay. And he's like, no, not doing it because they believe in this kid. They really, really do.
You know what this is, Cap? I'll tell you what this is because we lived it. I'm not saying that Velus Jones is this, but what I'm telling you is that this is the conundrum that the Bears had with Devin Hester.
Correct.
Because coming in, is he a secondary player? Is he a wide receiver? Neither. Put him in special teams. Oh, he's got the vision to be able to take it to the house. Okay, now we found a place for him. Because the Bears, as you remember, Devin would line up and who had Musha Muhammad on that team.
Yep.
Was that him?
Yep.
No, Devin, it's over here. No. Now, okay, move him. He had to set him up because he didn't know how to
play the position.
He didn't know how to line up.
Correct.
He took him by the shoulder pads in the middle of the game with the time running down. Like, no, this is the slot you got to be in. Oh, okay. Thank you. I mean, on the fly, he's learning how to be a wide receiver. I'm not saying that's who Velus Jones is, but this is one of those things where the speed's too good. We can't cut him. And if someone wanted him for a second or third round pick, okay, good. But as you can hear from Ryan Poles, that offer was not on the table. We like the things that he could do. They found improvements from one year to the next. Okay. They just could not turn down that speed. And at that last preseason game we saw, the way he turned the corner, pretty damn good. I don't care who it is against. He flourished in that game.
Well, he had the one, he went around the left side, got to the corner of the end zone, like a 5-6 yard run for a touchdown, and the one for 39 yards. I mean, those two moves were like, whoa. Now, again, you got DeAndre Swift and Khalil Herbert and Roshan Johnson. But this dude there's a chance that he could be a player in multiple uses where I'm not telling you he's Cordero Patterson. That guy's been a Pro Bowler.
That's correct.
But he could be a poor man's version and develop. That's why they're keeping him.
All I'm telling you, Cap, is I'm telling you now before the first game starts, it's a scarlet letter on his chest when he comes out on the field. Oh, Velus Jones. Okay, now watch it now. Now watch him. Because teams will know he's going to get the ball as a running back. It's going to be a short toss, and he's going to run with the football. They just have to stop him. And from Velus Jones' standpoint, when they give you the ball, you've got to be able to get that first down or the yardage that's needed. Because when you come out there, it's going to be a special set of plays. The team's ready for you. Now what are you going to do about it?
It'd be a great decoy, though. Boy, they're all focused on him and make a play.
Yeah. At some point, he's going to get the ball, and teams have scouted the Bears. They know exactly what's happening. Hard Knocks also can be an expose on what you're going to be doing. Now, a lot of it was, very covered up and very edited and stuff, but that coach is going on and on about Velus Jones and things that he could do. Oh, God. Coach, that's enough. Cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
That's what you would have said. That's enough.
Can we turn that? No, cameras are on.
Coach, we could put him here. That's enough. Kerry Joseph, whoever. That's enough. Kerry. All right, go ahead. That's what I said. Cap.
The best.
I mean, he just kept going on. Shay, you saw this, gushing about Velus Jones. Stop giving away the game plan.
David who was it? The running backs coach.
Whoever it was.
Chad Morton. Chad Morton's
running backs.
Morton.
That's who it was.
That's enough, Chad. All right. That's enough. We can put him here in the slot, and we can put him over here, and we can do. Coach, that's enough.
That's it.
Shay, can you squeeze in one more?
Yeah, very quickly. Right when you thought it couldn't possibly get any worse.
Yeah, and the truth is, if you have great stuff, you can challenge over the white part of the plate a little bit more and let your stuff just play. If you don't, you better figure out.
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. The White Sox have just gone full White Sox. And Eloy Jimenez pop-up ends in a collision. Miguel Vargas is down with his face in his glove. 3 runs have scored.
It's the Orioles TV play-by-play call yesterday of Eloy Jimenez 3-run pop-out. 3-run pop-out with multiple fielders colliding on what was an easy pop-up. Nick Nastrini also went viral, fired a ball about 10 feet over the catcher into the backstop. That was the worst game the White Sox have played all season. They are going to crush all of the worst of all time records in Major League Baseball.
It's unbelievable.
The 62 Mets, the Sox are going to be games, plural, worse than the 62 Mets. Shot or no shot, this team is worse than an NFL team going winless.
Yes, that's a shot. This is the worst team I've ever seen. I mean, it is just how it got to this. And Tony La Russa won 93 games in 2021?
Mm-hmm.
Like, serious? How did this get this way?
Oh, you know how it got this way. Yeah, don't you? I know you asked the question for radio purposes, but we know how it got this way. It got this way because of injury and ineptitude. The ineptitude part comes from the front office not being able to add on and not getting rid of the players that they needed to. As I told you several years ago, some of these popular players need to leave a couple of years ago, and they stayed with the ball club. So Tony La Russa was not the problem. Tony got sick and had to leave. And so from there, that's the downfall of the Chicago White Sox. When you don't spend, when you don't have cornerstones, when you're not willing to pay for players and talent you already have, you get what you deserve. The Sox deserve this. Here in the home of the Sox, ESPN 1000. They deserve it.
But I'm not saying they don't, but to go from 93 wins to this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Comes at you quick, doesn't it? When you don't spend and when you don't have much of a farm system, this is what it looks like.
I mean, listen, you've got the cut there. We've played it a billion times.
Yeah.
They do in the afternoon show. Jerry Reinsdorf, I would hope next season would be better. This was last August.
Yep.
Better. Oh, my God.
It is the worst we've ever seen. And you know what, Matt? Put that on the poll at ESPN 1000. I'd like to see how that comes back. Instead of being prisoner of the moment, I want our audience to think about this. An 0-16 football team versus what the White Sox are. What's worse? And I know it's a longer season with baseball, but this is painful.
Oh.
Painful.
Hoodie, the difference for me is 0-16 has happened twice. What the White Sox are doing has never happened in the history of the sport that is 130 years old.
Look, they both suck. I get it. But this is just so embarrassingly bad.
31-109 this morning, folks. 31-109. And Jerry Reinsdorf's there with a cigar this morning, cup of coffee, like nothing happened. Baseball means that much to him, right? Congratulations, Jerry. You are a World Series champion owner, but also you're going to wear the worst record in the history of Major League Baseball. And by the way, the latter is more your legacy than the World Series championship that many have forgotten. Not me as a White Sox fan, but nationally, people have forgotten, including ESPN.
It's
right?
just amazing.
I couldn't do it, Cap. I couldn't do it. I could not be an owner of that nonsense.
I couldn't either.
All right, coming up around the NFL, it's a Waddle Wednesday. We'll hear from Tommy coming up at 8:35. Kap and J Hood, weekday morning, 7